Increasing agriculture jobs by 10% and feeding billions of people. How is the Michigan Farm Bureau backing career and technical education? Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess and this is Comcast Newsmakers, coming to you from the State Capitol building in Lansing. Joining me now is Rebecca Park, the Legislative Counsel for the Michigan Farm Bureau. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Laurel.
And why is the Michigan Farm Bureau, who you would think would be out there legislating things that have to do with soil and grain, why are you so very interested in what our high school students should be studying?
I get that question a lot, and really it stems back to in agriculture we have to have laborers, from skilled hand laborers to veterinarians and accountants. It runs the gamut. Then when you think about the technical side of agriculture, we need folks that have computer programming skills so that you can program that GPS in the tractor and link it back to your computer that's back in the office. It's all technical when it comes to agriculture. In the past, we've relied on programs like 4-H and FFA and CTE to educate our students about the career opportunities that might be involved in agriculture. The merit curriculum requirements went into place a couple years ago, and after that we've seen a significant decline in CTE hours that students enroll in because they can't fit it into their schedule anymore.
All right, back up, because CTE, Michigan merit curriculum, things are getting better or worse? Are there not a significant amount of credits required now that have to do with not farming, but things that might help in that field? Or are you saying that this new curriculum is hurting folks that perhaps might want to go into something that has to do with farming?
The Michigan merit curriculum is 18 requirements that a student in high school has to complete so that they can graduate from high school. And that's all well and good, except because of all of those 18 requirements, the ability for a student to engage in shop class or CAD drawing, for example, is severely diminished because they just don't have the time in their schedule in a lot of our districts.
Is there too much of a focus then on trying to get those courses that are going to get you into a 4-year college and perhaps not train you properly for real life?
You know, there has been a lot of focus on getting students into a 4-year college and sort of that one-size-fits-all mode. And I think that in our organization, we'd like to see some attention given to 2-year degrees, to certificates, to apprenticeships, hands-on, tangible skills that a student or a person could use for the rest of their life if they wanted, or they could use those skills to help them get through college if they so chose to do that.
What we're hearing is college is so important for you to get a good job, but I think what you're saying is there are a lot of good jobs out there in ag that are going unfilled?
Absolutely, absolutely. And in fact, there was a study by the Harvard Graduate School of Education last year that said only roughly a third of the jobs in the nation require a 4-year or higher degree. So that means, in rough numbers, there's about 2/3 of the job that require high school or some sort of training beyond. I think they call those middle jobs.
How big of an industry is ag in Michigan?
The numbers are somewhat disputed between the different industries, but suffice it to say we're somewhere in the top 3 industries for the state. And certainly we want to increase our economic impact for the state, and in order to do that though, we have to have those laborers available.
So would you like to actually see the high school requirements change?
We'd like to see some flexibility. We think that there still needs to be rigor, and there have been some that talk about changing the rigor of the curriculum requirements. That's not our interest, and we certainly want to encourage all of our high school students to go on and get some sort of training beyond high school, but we just want that recognition and the flexibility. If they wanted to take a CTE class, that they had that ability.
All right, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Today's Comcast Newsmaker was Rebecca Park, the Legislative Counsel for the Michigan Farm Bureau.